that when the balls run through the tee, they are in for a show. And only in Tennessee do you get a sight like this. Not only are the end zones checkered, so too the crowd. A mirror image to prove that they will give their all for Tennessee. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. He'll bring it out. It's Lewis. He gets a block. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
People still fill in the stands. And he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
So after the opening kickoff was taken back to the house, the offense is out there to try to make it 8-0. Tight end finds a soft spot. He gets it in there for the two-point conversion, and the lead grows to 8.
How about that for aggressive? You march down the field, you score a touchdown on the opening drive of the game, and you go for two, and it all is gravy. 8-0 early.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Missouri Tigers offense will start this game off. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
The give to the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. The Tigers are on the move. Using his legs, it's Roberts. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Trying to pound it on first down, now back to the line.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job getting...
Oh, look out! And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Missouri!
Yeah, and really nice job seeing the middle of the field, seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. And you can tell he runs a post, ball's right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
On to attempt the try. Bangs it through for an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Tennessee's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
And the Volunteers want to move quickly. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Big Orange churning out those first downs on the ground, sort of like Arian Foster used to do.
Yeah, you couldn't write the script any better. Just pound the ball, establish the run game, opens up the play action, exactly how you want to run your offense.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Caught in the backfield. It's Westbrook. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally, and they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Grabbed behind the line. It's Selden. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very... A shot toward the end zone. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
Lining up for the PAT. And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not much.
On third down, he drops to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Used the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Alabama looks like a legit title contender right now, which they kind of do every year. But, man, this offense is rolling. They're up by 17 over Ole Miss. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fakes his man out. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Safe completion on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed behind the line. It's Manning.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Looking to pass. It's Lawrence. Finds his tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. And the Vols are in the hurry up. Trying play action. Using his feet to buy time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
The Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. Got it behind the line. It's Selden. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Selden. Touchdown, Vols! What a catch and run for 6.
And there's so many targets to focus on and so many elite playmakers, and they just lost him. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, second and 6. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Back to throw, it's Lawrence. Completes it in the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. They're trying to get to it. He'll pull it down. They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5. The Tigers moving quickly to the line. On second down, he'll fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They'll snap it from the 34 on first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out fast. Stopped just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Wants to throw on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Fires and picked off. Got room on the return. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
After the misfire, now on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Selden.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive.
And it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Finds the tight end. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking downfield, it's Lawrence. Got a man. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, I love the body control there by the running back. He had to catch that right on the sideline, make sure he had his feet in bounds, try to pick up some positive yards.
Wants to throw on third. Fires to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Let's go! Comes out throwing on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Wants to fire on second down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
He got it.
The kick is good. That makes the score Tennessee 29, Missouri 10.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful start to things in Knoxville here today. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas amidst the smoggy smoke there in Rocky Top.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Volunteers will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Now on first down from the 30. Looking for a man. It's Lawrence. It's complete to the left. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Took a shot as he threw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the handoff. Powers through the defender. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. The Vols in the hurry up. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He's got 99 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. And the Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Looking for a huge play. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
He's marked down at the 33. Brings up third down.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. They're working that left side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. To the ground with the back. And he'll be brought down. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Finds a man in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly.
And they knocked him down almost immediately.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Dropping back, it's Lawrence. Gets it out quickly. Oh, it's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Lets it fly deep downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Touchdown, Missouri.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target, and that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Here comes the 2-point try. He wants to throw it. He's looking, pressure's coming in, the pressure gets there, and down he goes, and they won't be able to cut into this lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes.
Returner is brought down at the 14. And your Tennessee Volunteers will take over.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
Running back searching for a hole. The Volunteers get the 1st down.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
And they'll move the chains with the 1st down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter.
3rd down coming up.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you set up 4th down.
Reads it, fires complete. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the score.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Touchdown, Tennessee! And the stomping has commenced. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kentucky is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair. They're up 14 over Mississippi State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. Makes the catch and he's brought down. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy at that slot position.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
He does a good job of scrambling around and trying to make a play, but I tell you what, you don't want to take too many shots like that. Those big hits, oof. If you get up now, you dang sure going to feel them later.
Fires to the tight end. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Looking for a man. It's Lawrence. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Pulled down for the tackle. And the Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on third down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 10. They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up first and goal. He'll set up to throw. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
I feel like this defense just had the answer all game long. It just seems like they're one step ahead of this offense with their ability to dial up pressures, change up their coverages. They've rattled and confused this quarterback throughout the entirety of the contest. They come away with another interception here.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Selden. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The Vols will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's going up top. Ball in the air, intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
The throw falls incomplete. It's now 2nd and goal to go.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? To throw, it's Lawrence. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone and is picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
Showing the arm strength to the left. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll run play action. He wants to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 35. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are.
He's got it. Touchdown, Volunteers. And the route is on. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. There is time on the clock. If there is time on the clock, there is time to put more points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?
Yeah, and I guess he's been getting it, and the defense's job is to stop. But I would argue, Reese, you can just take a knee. If you take a knee, run the clock, you still get out of here, and you still get the win.
And the point after is good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
46, 16.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. 1st down here for the offense. Back to throw. It's Lawrence. Complete in the middle. At the 45 on his way. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Corners are going to bail. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November. The most important part in the meat of this schedule now is coming up. You play well throughout the 2nd half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potential again.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up, but you did what you needed to do to start the season. Now just keep that mindset and keep grinding.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.